I say? What can I say? We all want to change. We all were wondering what what week one was going to look like for hashtag Raw is HEYMAN. And what did we get? Wrestling. Big part of it. Now, it might not be all the type of wrestling matches that we as fans want to see. It might have been some rematches. It might have been superstars facing each other that we genuinely just don't care about. Or it might have been, oh, well, there's a match that let's just be honest here, we know who's going to win it. But wrestling fans, what did we see tonight? We saw wrestling. And we did not see promo after promo after promo after promo after promo after promo. Like we've been seeing on a typical Monday night. A typical Monday Night Raw, we have seen promo after promo after promo with the same stale vibe to it. Now, wrestling fans, for the first hour of Monday Night Raw tonight, it was straight wrestling. Outside of the dramatization of Strowman and Bobby Lashley going through the Titantron, outside of them making the six-man tag team matchup because of the brawl with the Viking Raiders, the New Day, and Samoa Joe. Outside of that, it was wrestling. I was pleased with that, even though I wish it was probably different, a different match outside of a six-man tag. What I wish they would have done was give the Viking Raiders and the New Day more time. I was very pleased tonight with AJ Styles turning heel, getting back with the club. Very pleased with that. I think, honestly, it might have a big red flag for Ricochet come Extreme Rules. I honestly do. I think you might be looking at a phenomenal heel become a United States champion. I don't think that's going to be the club just getting back together for a couple weeks. I don't see that happening. Ricochet dropping the title at Extreme Rules, that carrying on the SummerSlam. See that being the rivalry. The Miz and Elias, I was glad that The Miz won. The Miz didn't get buried here. The Miz wasn't an all-out jobber here. He won the 2 out of 3 falls matchup. One thing's for sure, though, wrestling fans. They're nailing it into the ground. That makes 2 out of 3 falls matches in 2 shows. Between Raw and SmackDown, we've seen 3 matches now. Enough. You know the one thing that really stuck out tonight, wrestling fans? You know the one thing that really was just great to see? I mean, great. The only promo setting up rivalries, for rivalry of any type of that nature was Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. Their promo with The Undertaker was the only one. And Shane McMahon was only in one segment tonight. Thank you, Paul Heyman. I don't know what you did, but thank you. He was only in one, and one is enough. Some of you wrestling fans out there, I know, griped, moaned, groaned, complained about The Undertaker and his segment about how he is saying the same old stuff and things of that nature. And of course, we all complain about Shane McMahon these days and Drew McIntyre. Wait a minute. I should say the modern day Mean Street Posse. But let's be honest here. You want The Undertaker to be the most effective? You put him out inside the squared circle to do his promo. You don't have him do stuff backstage. Unless he's beating somebody up or chokeslamming somebody through a table backstage or something of that nature, which you're not going to see a 53, 54-year-old Undertaker do. You're just not going to see that. Now, the one thing that kind of made me just cringe. It had a mixture of Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon written all over it. And honestly, if I was Mike and Maria Kanellis, I would go right back to 205 Live and not leave for the rest of their contracts after what I just saw. After what I just saw tonight. Unless Paul Heyman is going to write creatively good for you, don't come back to the main roster. Them taking on Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. We all knew Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch was going to win. But Maria Kanellis saying she would rather have Becky Lynch impregnate her. Maria Kanellis saying, you know, that Mike Kanellis is her, you know what, and that he's not a man, and she can't believe that he's losing to Seth Rollins, and it just went on, and she supposedly, the way it was played out anyway, fake being pregnant. She said she was pregnant, then went through all this and said, well, if I want somebody else to pregnate me again, I'm going to ask the man to do it. And walked out and all this stuff. And Becky Lynch touched her stomach and then decided not to hit her because I guess she thought, well, she really is pregnant. And it was a big load of garbage. The Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Maria and Mike Kanellis segment was a big heap of garbage. Now, backstage, them doing their promo, I like that. Keep doing stuff backstage. You don't have to have every promo inside the squared circle. But that matchup was ridiculous. Stupid. Now, wrestling fans, as far as Cesaro and No Way Jose is concerned, I really wish they would would take Cesaro and treat him seriously. I really wish they would take Cesaro and just do a complete makeover with him as far as his overall presentation, his overall rivalries. Just treat him more serious. He's not treated serious. It bothers me that somebody like Cesaro is treated like blah. And of course, AJ Styles and Ricochet. AJ Styles always better as a heel. Always. I think one thing that I would like to see is the Club versus the New Day out of that. Could do that. Didn't get to see that. I think that would probably be the best thing. The best thing right now. And them putting AJ Styles back with Anderson and Gallows is probably a way of trying to get Anderson and Gallows to re-sign and not go to AEW. Will it work? Remains to be seen. But you had better believe that they will be on a path of destruction. And I bet they get a massive push. And I bet that all three of them start to pick up a lot of wins. And honestly, wouldn't mind seeing those three take on the New Day. I wouldn't mind at some point. I don't care if it is heels taking on heels. Even though if this happens, it would go back to Styles in the Club being baby faces. If they took down McMahon and his modern day Main Street posse, I'd love seeing that. Y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Really, that is Monday Night Raw. Paul Heyman, you get a thumbs up from me for the first night. Keep up good work. Do something more productive with the Street Profits next week. Besides just going and cutting promos. Have them in a tag team match. But y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. See you tomorrow for SmackDown Live review. Eric Bischoff is in charge. I'm back and I'm better than ever. We'll see how much he's back actually tomorrow night on SmackDown Live. But until I see you again, catch you on the other side.